If you've been waiting to start something new and you're looking for a sign that it's the right time to start, newsflash, this video is your sign. 20 centuries ago, the Roman-era Stoic philosopher Seneca joked that the one thing fools all have in common is that they're always getting ready to start. And ain't it the truth? How many things have you not started yet because you're just not ready, or you're waiting for the right time? According to a study, 92% of people who set New Year's resolutions never actually achieve them. So that leaves 8% of people who actually make the attempt to achieve their goals. So why are we all sitting around waiting to start? Well, it's the big P word, of course. Procrastination. Procrastination is a huge epidemic that people honestly aren't talking enough about. Seneca also said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." And he said that 20 centuries ago, meaning he thought people were wasting their time even back when there was no opportunity to doom scroll on TikTok or the ability to sit down and watch Netflix. That means that before TV, before phones, before electricity, people were wasting their time not starting the things that they wanted to do. So why do we do this to ourselves? Well, I think the best thing to sum it up can be confirmed by the number one thing that people complain about on their deathbed, which is, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And this is the exact reason that we procrastinate on anything in life. Fear of looking bad in front of others. Whether it's family, friends, complete strangers on the internet, we worry about failing. We worry about looking stupid, and we worry that no one will like us. Here's an example in my own life that I want to share with you that I shared with a friend of mine at a business conference recently. She was thinking about starting a podcast because she helps people recover from trauma in their lives. But in order to really help people with this problem, it would mean that she would have to share a lot about her own trauma in the podcast. And that might ruffle a few feathers of some people who are close to her. Some of you might know that I also have a podcast that you can still listen to. It's called The Celebration Effect. And it's all about celebrating your life fully from the inside out. It talks a lot about the law of attraction and mindset practices and things of that nature. And I haven't recorded anything new in a really long time because my business really shifted a while back and I started teaching women to make money online. But I still have that podcast up if you want to go take a listen to it, and I still really love it, and that's why I haven't taken it down. But anyway, what I told her was that when I first started that podcast, The Celebration Effect, I was really worried because I grew up in a pretty religious household, and I knew that talking about spiritual things like the laws of the universe might not sit well with a few people in my family. So I was really worried about what they would think about that. I was truly convinced that after I hit publish on that first episode that it was not going to be good. Now, what happened was that not only do those people not listen to my podcast at all or any of these YouTube videos, and even if they do, they haven't said anything. And that's been fine. And I realized that could have been very different. And I know a lot of people experience that. They could have been really upset with me. They could have approached me about it, right? But what I realized during that time was, who am I living for? I think a lot of us don't do certain things because we're nervous about what our parents are going to think, right? Maybe this is you. And as someone who has lost a parent, I can tell you that your parent moves on into another realm and you're still here living your life. And what you're left with is the choices that you've made. And maybe for you, the thing you haven't started yet has nothing to do with how you're perceived by your parents. So you might be sitting there thinking, Lindsay, this is irrelevant to me. I am not procrastinating because I'm worried about what my parents will think. So then let me ask you this. Are you not starting because you're scared it might not work out the way that you want it to? What happens if that's the case? If you fail at something, you look like an idiot, right? So I teach women how to sell printables on Etsy, and people don't want to start because what if they can't make a single sale? Oh my God. So embarrassing, right? What if you don't make a single sale? I remember thinking this a few years ago when I decided to make a holiday banner box. I used to make party decorations, so I had this idea that I was going to make these really beautiful holiday banners for every holiday in the Q4 time period. So a banner for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and New Year's. And so I made the announcement about it on my social media, and I was terrified that people were going to find out that I didn't make any sales. Well, it turns out I did make a few sales, not as many as I wanted to. But what I realized is that people are so caught up in their own lives that they aren't sitting around watching what I'm doing. They don't care. They're so worried about themselves. And what I have actually found time and again is that people don't actually judge me for doing the things that I fail at, but I get a ton of DMs and a ton of emails from people who wish that they had the courage to do some of the things that I do. And that's because I have learned that when I want to do something, I just do it. I just start. Because when we procrastinate, it's the ultimate form of self-sabotage. If we don't do the thing that we want to do, then we don't have the possibility of failing at that thing. And therefore, we don't look bad in front of others. Our parents, our friends, our colleagues, our community, strangers on the internet. Now, is this whole talk about how you shouldn't worry about what others think? No. Because I still care. Unfortunately, I'm still worried about the negative comments I'm gonna get on this video and my other ones. But the difference is, I started anyway. I do it anyway. Starting is the key. Don't be the 92% of people who doesn't start. Because remember, you either win or you learn. You either get the thing that you wanted or the lesson that you're supposed to learn. And don't be like me and walk away from this video and say, well, that was kind of a sign, but now I need just one more sign that I need to start the thing that I've been thinking about. Let this be your sign that it's time to start. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.